today with David Rowe, Professor of Law at the University of Miami School of Law in Coral Gables, Florida. Good evening, Professor Rowe.
Good evening, sir.
Professor Rowe, much has been made in the news recently of the question of a final domestic court of appeal in Jamaica. What is your opinion on that subject?
I do not think that Jamaica is ready to have a final court of appeal from its court system only. I think that we still should look to an international agency such as the Privy Council as our final court of appeal.
What are the main grounds for that?
Well, Jamaica is a small island, and despite the tremendous efforts made to have a judiciary that is totally fair, just, and impartial, that is sometimes difficult to achieve in a small country. It will give our investors more confidence if they think that a court with international standards has a review over a local court. And the Privy Council has always had superb lawyers who have made good determinations about Jamaican law, which, as you know, is predicated upon British law from the very outset through the system of reception of British law into the Caribbean.
The last time this issue was in the news at this scale was in the mid-90s. Why do you think it's returned to the news in this manner?
Well, the CCJ still only has 3 members. The issue is politically important because the Prime Minister of Jamaica has made comments and recommendations about it. And generally, people are very concerned in Jamaica about law, about legal issues, about constitutional rights, and about making sure that the court system is without blemish and without capability of political interference.
Do you think there will be some sort of legislative action taken with regard to this court soon, or do you think it's going to sort of stay?
I think that the Court of Appeal from Jamaica, which is a very good court, a court with tremendous reputation, will continue to have its judgments referred to the Privy Council. Jamaica has a wonderful judiciary, a good 3-court system, Resident Magistrates Court, the Supreme Court of Judicature, the Court of Appeal, wonderful judges. But it is always good to have another international court through which the Jamaican court can have its decisions moderated and or endorsed through.
Finally, Professor Rowe, given the political turmoil of the last year, including the confidence Jamaicans have in their government, is there a question of whether a domestic court could inspire that kind of confidence, given what's occurred recently?
I do not think that this is the right time for a final domestic court of appeal. You are correct in thinking that Jamaicans are radically divided along political lines. And perhaps a final Jamaican Court of Appeal might assume some of this political bias. We have just seen a commission of inquiry that has been accused of political bias. I think let us not fix what has not broken down. The Privy Council is a wonderful court. Let us keep it for the near future.
Professor Rowe, thank you very much for your time.